So, I want to say a little bit more in regards to energy, low vibrational energy, parasites, um, and curses that create skin conditions, nightmares, and just, that attacks people and children, such as what my niece was experiencing when she was 3 years old. And she would scream every single night for hours. Like in the last video I mentioned, please go watch that video that I just uploaded, where the title was Massive Global and Personal Changes in the Next Decade or Two. Well, 10 years ago when she was screaming, it was because there was a lot of evil doing done to me deliberately. There was a lot of curses in the family and ancestral line. Mainly a lot of enemies that my mother and my brother have really accumulated throughout the years and decades of their lives. And how I was like clearing it, and it was, coming to me, and I was being accountable on dealing with everything. And I recall her mother, Narine, my niece's mother, and my mother, Marina's grandmother, who is my niece, is Marina. So she was 3 years old. She would be screaming in the middle of the night because apparently she was developing these rashes and she couldn't sleep. And she'd wake up 4 a.m. screaming, 3 a.m. screaming. So they were talking about how this child has developed these rashes. So they went and got medicated cream. And for over a month, Narine, Marina, the child Marina, 3-year-old Marina, her mother kept applying, and my mother kept applying this medicated cream for 1 month. Every day that they put it on, the skin was getting worse and not curing it. And the day I took that child in and I removed the back of her shirt, I flipped her body around, I looked at her neck. Oh my God, bite marks everywhere. So she was basically being attacked psychically and absorbing all the curses that my mother was doing and the family curses, because my mother has severe issues psychologically, spiritually. I energetically cleared those curses from the child because she was absorbing it. Babies are pure, they absorb curses. If there's no spiritual protection on the baby and there's curses and dark energy, dark intent, when I say dark, I'm talking evil. Whenever I usually say dark, it doesn't usually mean bad, but now in this concept, I'm talking about evil doing, evil thoughts, evil vibrations, parasites, So sometimes I'm sorry when I say dark, I don't usually mean evil, but in this concept, in this situation, it was very evil, especially for what was being done to me. And how my mom had lack of control, lack of spiritual protection, because she would intentionally want everyone to go down with her, including myself. So I grabbed that little girl. I saw the back of her neck. I healed the back of her neck by putting on healing energy, love, and sigils to clear out the black parasites and the curses. Then I removed her shirt, not her pants, just her shirt. She was wearing a t-shirt. And again, I did it to her neck, her crown, her entire chest and stomach. I kid you not, within 2 to 3 days, max 5 days, those rashes were completely gone. Her mother, Narine, is so oblivious. She's telling my mother that the medication worked. If you had the slightest intelligence in your brain, if the medication didn't work while you're applying it every day for 1 month and all of a sudden it disappears, obviously something different happened. But anyways, since then, she's never had any rashes like that before anymore. because I removed those curses. And ever since I protected that on her and her brother, her little brother, who was born after her, every time my mother would do any type of curse, or it would reflect back at my mom because she's the one doing it. So I placed a lot of protection on that child. When I was a little girl, it was done to me. My sister and my mom, they were very into evil things, evil intention. In front of people, they show themselves as angelic, Jesus-oriented, loving, but that's not how it is behind closed doors. And they would curse me, and they would want me to be sacrificed and tie me to the chair and make me watch these really evil horror movies and scare me and keep me hungry and make fun of me. And there was no support. They were never home. I was always alone, miserable, sad. You can go look at photos of me when I was 6 years old. You could see it in my eyes. So the intent was for that little child to never have to experience what I had to experience. I didn't have spiritual protection on me. I didn't have anyone to show me the way. My grandmother, Lucine, she was dead before I was born. And I felt it was my responsibility to take care of someone here who's trying to clear ancestral karma, ancestral curses, let alone did I find out my mom was one of the ones creating it over and over and over again. Every time I would clean it and clear it, I just needed to make sure that little girl was protected. So, because I never had that protection. Not from my family, not from anyone. So, just know that is very real. There is such a thing as removing curses off of person's energy body. Know that. I do it for people, but I no longer do it for free for people because there's a price to pay in this type of work. So in that case, your price to pay is to give me monetary support while I protect you from going mentally insane, going downhill, preventing physical diseases, and other bad luck from happening. So this is all part of my work, ladies and gentlemen. I will proceed to live my life genuinely in authentic value system that I carry within myself and not afraid to be who I am and what I'm here to provide. I keep surviving. Whether you believe in God or not, if you do, it's your God that wants me to do this work. So there is such a thing as energy, people, and energy is what cures and causes diseases and curses and healing. It starts with energy first.